meticulous,
workaholic.
Perfection.
John is a true friend to have.
John is a visionary leader.
He's powerful, not in a bad way like Darth Vader powerful, but more like Yoda powerful.
First time I saw him, he was with a t-shirt and shorts, which I can't really recognize is a prof. Who's this uncle walking there with the NUHS bag? Then my colleague was with me. Hey, that is prof.
I met John even when I was an MO. That was in NUH, and he was then the senior registrar. I was explaining to him about his patients, and he was asking me some questions, clinical questions, and I couldn't really answer his question. He looks a bit disappointed. The second time I met him, that was when I was having my clinical examinations. So he took me on a short case, and he again asked me some questions. This time around I could answer his questions, and he looked satisfied.
I first met John in London about 5 years ago when I was being recruited to the position I now hold, and he took the time to come and visit me in London. He invited me to come and meet him, and we met for lunch near King's Cross train station. He really sold Singapore, NUS, NUHS to me in a very convincing way. Now, whether that was helped by providing a nice wine at the lunch as well, well, I'll leave others to speculate on that, but it certainly has always stuck out in my mind.
We often wonder what drives he and what gives him the energy. So, he always carries a black tumbler with him. So one day at an MOH meeting, he had the tumbler with him, and an MOH colleague asked me, "Do you know what's in the tumbler?" So I said, "Why?" He said, "I'm not sure whether he drinks a special tonic that gives him all the energy." So I said, "Why don't you ask him?" So we ended up asking Prof. And Prof said, "No, it's only water." Wow. So we concluded that actually his drive is really because of his passion and his love for his patient and his work.
His love for patient is just phenomenal. There's been times where he's put patient care even above his own health and his own family as well. He would come out of hours any time of the day just to see his patients.
And Prof, if you're listening to this, do know that your patients really love and appreciate all that you've done for them.
I remember once when we were agonizing over where we would find money to outfit the new simulation center. I think that was around 2011 or so. He not only got money for us, he got the provost to match it. So we had a generous budget to start the center. I think this is just one example of how John's vision and resourcefulness have made an impact in the school and in NUHS.
I remember one day he came to my room and he said, "Prof, I managed to get $100 million for the university." That was a time when we were celebrating the 100th anniversary of the university, and we were just scratching our head. How can you ever hit a $100 million donation? And there he was. He came to my room. I almost fell off my chair.
So he has been very passionate about bringing forth the primary care end of the service in NUHS, and he assures everyone in the NUP, whether they are from the HQ or from the polyclinic end, that he is there always to render assistance and advice and to ensure that the NUP will succeed at the start.
A lot of the things that he do is not for himself. He wants to create outcomes, systems and so on that will be lasting. He always talks about leaving a legacy for the next generation, and also is for the greater good of our patients and Singapore.
I think the progress of NUHS in the last 1 decade or so owes very much to his unwavering support. And John is always pushing for NUHCS to cross new boundaries, scale new heights in becoming a world-class center. And on top of that, he's really made NUHCS at MOH level to be on par and recognized with all the other national centers. And for that, I think NUHCS owes him a lot.
No one can ever doubt his commitment to NUH, NUS, and now the integrated NUHS. His commitment to our institutions is second to none.
I still remember he held a lunch for us in the NUS club, and it was on a tissue paper that he actually wrote the vision for how he sees the WCAN, the collaboration with Jurong Health taking place, from primary care all the way to palliative care. And I thought, that really, to me, is somebody with a strategic mind as well as somebody who is very meticulous in his thinking, and also showing a lot of passion for staff development, for the care of patients, and also for NUHS as a whole.
I remember that he's very, very passionate about nursing, and therefore, being a very, very busy person as he is, he took the effort and formed that Nursing Transformation Committee, and I could see that he really, really wanted the nurses in NUHS to shine. I'm very inspired by him and how he looks forward to the future to see how nursing can do better.
I'm grateful to Prof. Wong for his guidance and also his efforts in actually unifying NUHS as a cluster. I think he promotes the uniqueness as well as a lot of the commonalities of each institution in achieving clinical safety excellence in care.
He's able to listen at a professional level. He would listen to just a mere advanced practitioners like myself and hear my opinion and make that decision together. So this is something that I want to learn from him.
When I heard of Prof. John Wong being elected to the National Academy of Medicine, I congratulated him, and the very next response was he was on the behalf of NUHS and every one of us. So he never once took the glory and honor for himself, but he really said that it's because it's a collective effort, and that's why he was nominated and selected for it. And I truly think that that's a reflection of the humbleness that this man is.
Yes, Prof is a very kind and pleasant person. He likes to wish a smile, with smile face and happy face. And indeed, when he always come back late from the office, and he still smile and happy face with us, and we greet each other.
We were having a dinner one night, a group with the executive group, and it was around the time that this particular building was at a critical stage of construction. And as it so happened, there was Irish duck served in the menu that night. And he pointed out to me, he says, "Finbar, take a look at that. That's Irish protein, and that's what it looks like chopped up, and if you don't get this building opened on time and on budget." So much to the amusement of everybody around the table. That was quite funny.
It's not uncommon from time to time. She, as an oncologist, will get a call from overseas, but the operator may have patched wrongly to me. What we were able to work it out is that we actually helped the operator to ask a defining question, to ask a caller, are they looking for John Wong, the oncologist, or John Wong, the psychiatrist?
I was away in America doing my residency at the Johns Hopkins. Just, I was missing family, I was missing my friends and my colleagues, and the first person I met at the ASCO meeting that June was Prof. He was walking and we met, and he was beaming again, like smiling from ear to ear, and say Siwoon, and I saw him and said, "Prof," and the first thing I did was quickly just went to him and gave him a hug, and he gave me a hug back, and that meant a lot to me personally.
I think my mom had cancer, yeah, but I did not ask him to see my mother, knowing that he's a very busy clinician, so I didn't really tell him much about my mom. But when I met him on the lift on one of these rare occasions, he actually asked about my mom. Yeah, so he asked how my mom, sent his regard because he know that my mom passed on, and so I think that is very important. And I often hear him say, asking regards about our staff, family, and their loved one who are undergoing treatment there. And how he also makes special arrangement if our colleague need to see him for any medical condition. He will make time.
I remember one of the first things you told me when we met during the interview, that running the medical school is like changing the engine of an aircraft while it's in flight. But that said, I enjoyed the time working with you. I most treasure the confidence that you had in me, and I think this built over the time that we had together.
We really look forward to your leadership and guidance for the years to come, really. Maybe the West Way, as we call it, you will be like Minister Mentor or CE Mentor type that will still continue to bring light and hope to NUHS. Wish you the best.
Thank you, Prof, for guiding us in the NUHS and for a better workplace for us and for everyone. Thank you.
From PSA, we'd like to say thank you, all the best.
John, thank you very much. We really appreciate everything that you've done.
Prof, I wish you good health as well. Enjoy your time with people you love. That includes us, not just your patients. And have a bit more time for, what is it? Not just nuts and what else? What
Water.
Water.
Yeah. In fact, it was very heartwarming when I saw Prof. Wife bringing food lunch for him. Yeah.
Lunch date, Prof, with your wife.
We're here, you're leaving soon. We're about to start rounds, but we wanted to have a short word just to send you farewell. All the best.
Thank you.
Thank you, CG. All the best from NUHS.
From all of us at Allied Health and Promotes of Children Health Campus, all the very best, and God bless you abundantly.
So thank you and all the best, Prof.
Thank you, Prof. Wong, for your leadership throughout your time with NUHS. All the best in the years ahead.
Hi, Prof. John Wong. Thank you and all the best from Earth Emergency.
Thank you, Prof, for your support for pharmacy all these years.
Thank you, Prof, and we wish you the very best. All the best, Prof. Thank you for your support and all the best.
From all of us here at Alexandra Hospital,
all the best, Prof, and take care.
On behalf of NUHS ENT,
Definitely not a goodbye.
See you around.
Okay, John, for the future, all the very best. Cheers.